Iya, iya. Saya itu ternyata speakingnya bagus, tapi grammarnya jelek misalnya. What type of English learners are you? Coba kalian tanya pada diri kalian sendiri. Sebenarnya jenis, kalau kalian dimasukkan ke mahasiswa atau siswa, kamu itu sejenis apa? Nah, kalau dalam ilmu FKIP ataupun research, kita punya jenis visual learners. Jadi ada yang katanya itu berjenis visual. Dia lebih cepat memahaminya ketika pictures, chart, table, dan seterusnya. Ada juga jenis siswa yang auditory, yaitu yang dengan listening, discussion, dialogue, dan seterusnya. Ada yang berjenis kinesthetic learners. Saya tidak ingin fokus ke sini karena FKIP itu sudah pasti dapat ini. But based on my experience, we would like to focus on this. I'll try to focus on 2 talents. Ternyata manusia lahir itu di dunia ini sama Tuhan itu diberikan 2 bakat hebat yang diberikan Tuhan. The first one is natural talent. Yang pertama adalah bakat alami. Oke? Yang kedua adalah basic talent. Apa sih natural talent? What is basic talent? Do you know that? Jadi natural talent saya contohkan deh biar enak ya. Lihat gambar siapa ini? Do you know this picture? Messi. Do you know Messi, right? Yeah, I love football too. I love Messi so much. Messi itu adalah talenta yang belum tentu 5 tahun, 3 tahun, belum tentu akan lahir kayak Messi lagi. Messi itu adalah a gift, talent, natural talent. Messi sadar betul dia memiliki bakat talent dalam sepak bola. Yang lain itu latihan mungkin yang kita lihat deh teman-teman kita di kampus ya. Siang malam sepak bola. Malam kadang makan dengan sepak bola belum tentu seperti Messi. Remember that? Messi. Cukup pemanasan kecil di lapangan muter-muter mungkin ya. Diambil bola. Messi will make the goal. Why? Because Messi is a gift. It's a natural talent. Bahasa Inggris juga begitu. Ada orang yang diciptakan Tuhan has a natural talent in English. Jadi dia kamu gak usah iri. Memang they have it dari sejak lahir gitu ya. Nah berikutnya adalah basic talent. Apa basic talent itu? Jadi dia itu bisa sepak bola ya bisa gitu saja. Itu namanya basic. Kalau hanya nendang bisa Pak. Nyetak gol ya bisa. Tapi kalau nyetak gol kayak Messi, no I can't. Sama dengan saya. I would like to ask you, kira-kira kalau dalam bahasa Inggris, saya ini kayak kalian tebak, saya itu punya natural talent atau basic talent? Mungkin ada yang, Pak Irul ini, Mr. Irul natural talent ini, no way. Saya itu diciptakan Tuhan memiliki basic talent. Saya suka bahasa Inggris tuh, kamu tahu dari kelas berapa saya suka bahasa Inggris? When I was in the 3rd grade of senior high school. Saya mulai suka bahasa Inggris, benar-benar tahu ya. Saya memahami oh ternyata saya punya kelebihan. Itu kelas 3 SMA. Karena guru-guru saya selama ini ngajarin bahasa Inggris itu, mohon maaf sekali lagi, bukan berarti mereka tidak baik. Tetapi saya tidak menemukan how to I understand myself. Saya tidak memahami bagaimana belajar bahasa Inggris. Karena saya dipaksa makan kurikulum gitu ya. I have to learn this, learn that, jump in and jump out there. Sampai bingung saya itu mau dibawa kemana. Sampai pada akhirnya saya menemukan satu sosok teman, ya, saya anggap guru dan teman juga, mengajari pada saya, Rul, don't be shy. Kamu itu punya basic talent. Saya punya natural talent. Tapi ingat, saya bangga dengan kamu karena satu sisi saya tidak punya seperti kamu. Jadi saya setelah itu paham betul, look at this picture. Saya tunjukkan 2 gambar ini ya. Kalian tahu Messi dan Ronaldo. Look at this. Messi has a natural talent. Ronaldo is a basic talent. Ronaldo ini anak-anakku, kita baca biografinya Ronaldo coba. Ronaldo itu ternyata dia itu punya basic talent. Karena kerja kerasnya lah dari kecil. Impian dia menjadi superstar seperti saat ini itu dia gembleng dari saat kecil. So that's why Ronaldo now has the same level with Messi. Because Ronaldo is a hard workers player since in the kids. Bedanya dengan Messi di situ. Messi sadar betul dia mempunyai natural talent, dia kembangkan dengan bakatnya itu. Dan Ronaldo juga paham betul dia punya basic talent yang tidak akan mungkin sama dengan Messi. Tetapi sekarang mereka ada di standar level yang sama. What I mean here, dalam bahasa Inggris kalian harus punya contoh yang real. Jadi kalau kalian ada teman yang pinter ini, don't worry, you have your own. Pak, saya itu nggak bisa nulis bagus kayak teman saya, don't worry. Kamu training hard work lagi, tambah lagi. Pak, saya kosakatanya dari dulu nggak berkembang. Bukan karena kamu nggak bisa nerima, otak kita sudah didesain luar biasa oleh Tuhan kita. Tetapi a lot of people forget basic apa yang dia punya. Nah, dari sejak kelas 3 SMA itulah saya bekerja keras belajar bahasa Inggris. Even it's late, but I thanks God. Finally I know a way out to learn English. Nah, harapan saya adalah all of you are joining this webinar, you understand yourself first, bakatnya apa, and then now you can find out a way. Nah, setelah kita tahu bakat kita basic atau natural talent, yang paling penting berikutnya adalah set the goal more realistic. Setelah kamu tahu, oh ternyata saya itu bertipe kayak Ronaldo, gak latihan temenan, gak iro iso. Nah, ini maksudnya bahasa Jawanya begitu ya. Set the goal more realistic. Jadi kalau kalian misalnya nih yang dengerin sekarang itu masih berkemampuan bahasa Inggris dasar, saran saya gak usah yang muluk-muluk dulu. Please set the goal more realistic. Karena kita tahu kadang anak-anak itu terlalu bermimpi yang menjangkau, kayak pengen jadi Messi, orang latihan ora pernah. Messi punya natural talent seperti itu. Jadi artinya adalah set the goal more realistic. Contoh nih dalam bahasa Inggris. Pak, saya itu kosakatanya itu nggak pernah berkembang. Pak, saya dari dulu nggak bisa ngomong bagus. Nah sekarang saatnya berubah. Buatlah short term plan, buatlah jangka waktu pendek. Apa jangka pendekmu yang bisa kamu raih betulan? Pertama, kalau misalnya kelemahan kamu di listening misalnya, you have a difficulty to listen, maka mulai sekarang kamu harus mencari materi listening yang memang standarnya ya kamu. Jangan kamu ikut-ikutan karena teman kamu belajar TOEFL ya kan. Kamu jangankan TOEFL, belajar kosakata biasa aja masih sulit, tiba-tiba TOEFL. Nah sama saja kamu tidak memahami bahwa kamu harus punya set the goal more realistic. Pelan-pelan dulu. Tapi kalau kalian sungguh-sungguh, maka ketika misalnya nih listeningnya sulit. Saya itu adalah salah satu mahasiswa yang paling sulit memahami listening waktu saya di kampus. Saya punya teman itu 12. Kalau seandainya dosen saya memutar listening, itu saya nomor 10 pasti bisa jawab. I have a best friend namanya Andi, saya masih ingat betul di sastra Inggris itu. Dia itu satu kali putar dosennya, he got the answer. Dia langsung, sir, hebat anak ini. Satu kali dengar dia udah dapat jawabannya. Dan dosen saya waktu itu memang gak mau ngasih tahu jawabannya. Temukan sendiri, diulang lagi 2 kali. Saya kalau bahasa Jermannya itu mendeteng katanya ya. I try to focus. Gak dapat lagi, 2 lagi. Teman saya dapat yang lain lagi. I try to focus again the 3rd time. Sampai ke 10 akhirnya saya baru dapat jawabannya. Apa artinya ini? Bukan berarti terus saya akhirnya, sudahlah saya berhentilah. Gak usah listening-listeningan, gak mau. No, tapi saya paham betul. This is my challenge. Akhirnya waktu itu di luar sana saya mencoba mencari materi-materi yang mendukung saya untuk belajar listening. Saya dengarkan sendiri di rumah. I try to listen more. Akhirnya ternyata saya berkembang. Dan pada akhirnya saya sudah mampu meskipun tidak 1 kali dengar tapi 2, 3 saya sudah dapat jawabannya. Itu yang penting adalah set the goal more realistic. Setelah kita tahu kita punya bakat biasa, santai dulu. Prosesnya yang jelas ada step by step. Yang terakhir adalah long term plan. Baru ketika sudah dengerin apa yang menurut kamu mungkin gampang sudah bisa, baru kamu ikut TOEFL, listening TOEFL, baru kamu ikut. Kenapa? Biar kamu nggak buang-buang uang. A lot of student itu karena terdesak aja ikut TOEFL harus syarat gitu kan. Akhirnya dia buang uang. Kenapa? Karena dia tidak siap dengan dirinya sendiri. Maka oleh karena itu mulai sekarang kenali dirimu dengan baik, and then you know basic talent or natural talent, and then set the goal more realistic. I think that will be better for you. Next. Pak, saya sudah ngeset seperti itu Pak, tapi belum jalan Pak. Ya apa terus Pak? Oke, slide ini akan memberikan kalian jawaban. Tadi Pak Sukidin di awal sudah memberikan sedikit tagline, a freedom university. Maksudnya adalah kampus merdeka. Maksudnya apa? Dalam belajar bahasa Inggris, kalian juga harus memiliki yang namanya a freedom English learner to achieve your own goal. Banyak mahasiswa atau siswa saya yang mereka belajar bahasa Inggris itu tidak punya arah dan tujuan. Karena mereka hanya ngikutin kemauan guru dan dosennya. Bukan saya mengatakan mereka tidak bagus. Mereka itu menstandarkan kurikulumnya, jangan salahkan mereka. Tetapi yang salahkan adalah kita sebagai siswa dan juga mahasiswa yang tidak mengenali diri kita dengan baik. Makanya be a freedom English learners itu maksudnya apa Pak? Kok kita harus menjadi pembelajar yang bebas? Misalnya, di satu mata kuliah speaking misalnya, ada 40 mahasiswa atau 30 mahasiswa. Dan kamu itu kalau diukur, itu mungkin 30% saja kemampuan dari mereka. Sedangkan buku modulnya sama Mbak. Buku modul yang kamu terima itu sama. Wajar ketika kamu pasti nanti akan ngomong orang yang paling terakhir. Why? Because you know you are different. Nah, tetapi kalau kamu bisa menemukan cara yang menjadi bebas, menjadi dirimu sendiri, caranya bagaimana? Yaitu tadi, find the way out. Be yourself, measure, enjoy its learning process. Saya lanjut terakhir ini, mungkin slide ini yang terakhir, bagaimana kita menjadi pembelajar yang merdeka. Bukan hanya kampus yang merdeka, tetapi kalian juga memiliki kesempatan belajar bahasa Inggris yang merdeka. Caranya bagaimana? Satu, tadi sudah paham ya, rubah mindset yang selama ini salah. Oh, dia pinter bahasa Inggris, sudahlah mau tidur aja udah pinter. Jangan, rubah. Kamu masih bisa kesempatan untuk merubah. Yang kedua, kamu punya talent, basic talent or natural talent, pahami itu. Yang terakhir, ciptakan kebebasanmu belajar. Caranya bagaimana? First, creating the learning atmosphere to advance your English skill. Ciptakan sendiri, jangan menunggu dosenmu, jangan menunggu gurumu, atau jangan menunggu les-lesanmu. It's hard. Ciptakan sendiri lingkungan yang freedom. Caranya bagaimana? First, choose the appropriate material. Coba kalau kalian di era sekarang itu apa sih yang nggak bisa? Mau belajar apa kalian? Mau belajar grammar? Mau belajar vocabulary? Mau belajar speaking, native, whatever. YouTube menyediakan. Website, free website menyediakan. What do you need it? Tinggal kalian saja menentukan, choose the appropriate material that is relate to your competence and skill. Kamu tentukan, ciptakan sendiri. Nah, oleh karena itulah kami biasanya ya, saya kan kebetulan juga mengajar. Saya dulu waktu mengajar awal itu saya sering marah. Ketika ada anak-anak yang sejak saya jelaskan 3 kali saya itu marah. Ya Allah, kok ya cek gitu ya. Karena sebagai pengajar. Tetapi setelah saya memahami konsep ini, setiap mengajar ternyata saya hanya tersenyum terus. Karena saya tahu mereka itu hebat di bidangnya masing-masing. Hanya saya bantu mereka bagaimana menjadi dirinya mereka sendiri. Dan saya ciptakan lingkungan untuk membantu mereka. Dan sekarang saya punya yang namanya e-learning. Yang saya isi semua materinya itu berdasarkan level mereka. Jadi misalnya nih, saya punya murid kids. Saya isi di e-platform saya ini, saya isi semuanya itu dengan kemampuan English Kids. Nanti anak-anak itu tinggal milih, mau cerita buku bahasa Inggris kayak, dia mau listening tentang listening anak-anak kayak, saya kasih kebebasan. Kalau di tempat mereka kan pakai buku modul, tetapi harus ada e-platform yang menyediakan kebebasan menjadi diri mereka sendiri yang kita siapkan. Nah, saya biasanya menyiapkan itu. Why? Because they will be a meaningful learning, because mereka kan memilih sesuai menunya yang mereka pilih. Oh, aku kan masih basic ini. Jangan ikut-ikutan. Readingnya pun begitu, ada graded reader, a graded level of reading. Silakan dipilih di situ. Setelah kita menemukan appropriate materialnya, maka kita akan merasa nyaman. Karena banyak dari mereka itu ikut les tanpa tujuan. Misal, dia tiba-tiba ikut les TOEFL. Akhirnya setelah selesai les ditanya sama bapak ibunya, Deo, kamu belajar apa? Aku tambah bingung Bu, I don't know why. You know, it's happened. Kamu buang uang banyak, tetapi you get nothing. Please, from now on, understand yourself, creating the learning atmosphere to advance your English skill. Next, apa berikutnya? Learn more about our curriculum. Pelajari lagi kurikulum kalian. Kurikulum itu paling top, sudah didesain, sudah dibahas oleh para profesor. Jangan salahkan kurikulumnya. Tetapi kamu bisa jadi tidak paham tentang kurikulum itu sehingga kamu terlalu targetnya terlalu muluk-muluk sehingga kamu stres. Santai saja, kurikulum itu ada levelnya kok. Dan dosen-dosen mengajar pun tidak memaksa kamu kok. Saya yakin mereka punya level standar. Ya mosok ada dipokso gitu ya. Learn the curriculum, be relaxed. Next, reflection. Ini penting ya. Saya sebagai guru pun Saya itu setiap 1 semester itu saya ngasih kuesioner kepada anak-anak saya. Saya ngajar di SMA swasta itu, SMA di desa itu, saya kasih isi bagaimana saya ngajar, kurang apa saya. It's really good for teachers. Apalagi anak-anak yang belajar bahasa Inggris. Coba kamu refleksi sekarang. Dari kamu 3 tahun yang lalu bahasa Inggrisnya seperti apa sekarang? Can you see yourself? Tanya ke temannya, mungkin punya dosen yang dekat, Pak, can you say something, advise my English? Do you think, is there any improvement of my English? Tanyakan. Saya pun sebagai guru, saya itu senang kalau ada kritik ya. Di kertas saya itu dapat, saya kasih ke anak-anak, jangan kasih nama, karena saya tidak ingin mereka nanti, kan takut anak-anak kalau nanti dikritik saya dikasih nilai jelek. Saya minta mereka jangan kasih nama, kritik cara saya ngajar, karena refleksi is really good as a teacher. Because what? We would like to find the best way to teach you English. Masa gak dikritikkan gitu? Nah, sebagai pembelajar kamu harus juga membuat reflection. And the last one, determine your own taste. Ini yang menarik. Tentukan sendiri gayamu belajar menumu. Damien ini kan orang bule ya, native. Dia suka pizza, suka beef stick. Terus ada anak yang namanya misalnya Paimin gitu ya, misalnya no, mungkin ada yang di sini. Oke, nama Khairul lah, saya sendirilah. Khairul tiba-tiba Damian mengatakan, "Hey Irul, pizza is really nice," bla bla bla. Oh ya. Saya dari kecil tidak pernah makan pizza. Ya jelas saya mutah lah. Jadi bahasa Inggris juga begitu. Determine your own taste. Kamu gak mungkin disamakan dengan yang lain, tapi kamu temukan menumu sendiri sehingga kamu bisa makan dengan baik. Nah, penting mulai sekarang you have this kind of things if you want to change the way you learn English. Alright? Dan ini adalah gambar yang kita tunggu-tunggu. Apa tandanya di sini? Yes. See, the winner will be born then. Ya, pemenangnya akan dilahirkan. Oke, I think the last and not least, ini mungkin saya mendapatkan ini dari dosen-dosen saya dulu. Stories are powerful. Cerita-cerita dari orang-orang hebat itu sangat menginspirasi kita. We believe that. Last but not least di sini, temukan, find the role model of someone's success story. Entah temanmu, gurumu, bagaimana dia menciptakan pembelajaran, bisa jadi itu akan menjadi satu motivasi to get your English getting better. And see, awesomeness happens here. Saya suka kata-kata ini. Awesomeness happens here itu artinya adalah kenikmatan, kesenangan, nyantai itu akan ditemukan sendiri. Tapi prosesnya kita harus mengenali diri kita. Okay, thank you so much. I hope what I give this is will be like a new insight for you. Those who want to learn English, relax, be yourself. You are different with your friend, and you are the best in your own hand. Move now, change now. Be yourself. Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Well, thanks a lot for the knowledge and also the sharing experience from Mr. Hiru. Well, actually, we have still 10 more minutes. Yeah. So for this session, we have 2 questions. The first one is from Dian, and the second one from Chachan. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, and also the participants, I would like to read the first question for Mr. Hiru. The question is, why should English have the most speakers, neither Tagalog, Urdu, Indonesian, nor others? Is it because of the history or anything like that? And the second one? Okay, all right. Why should English have the most speakers, neither other languages? Is it because of the history, colonialism, or anything like that? Or do you want to answer it first?
Baik, ini saya yakin mahasiswa yang sangat kritis dan sangat suka membaca. I can guess, Dian, thank you so much for your questions. And inilah bedanya mungkin practitioner and academician ya, dalam konteks history and the language. Kenapa sih bahasa Inggris itu menjadi bahasa Inggris yang paling banyak digunakan? Kok nggak Tagalog atau kok nggak Mandarin atau Malay gitu ya? You can read the history. Sebenarnya pasti kalau dikaitkan dengan history, pasti sejarahnya itu berkaitan dengan itu. Kita lihat saja bagaimana perkembangan kemajuan teknologi dan semuanya ya. Nah nanti akan dijelaskan mungkin ditambahkan oleh Damien karena beliau juga asli dari UK. Mungkin kenapa sih kok bahasa Inggris itu banyak digunakan oleh negara lain. Tapi ini perspektif saya. Saya adalah practitioner yang mungkin akan banyak kalah bacaannya dengan teman-teman mahasiswa di sini. Tapi dalam perspektif saya, yang menjadi masalah sekarang itu apakah tidak mungkin Indonesia menjadi salah satu bahasa yang paling banyak digunakan in the next time? Jawaban saya, yes, we can. Saya tantang, jadi kita nggak usah bahasa Inggris. Kenapa bahasa Inggris, Mister? Kenapa nggak Indonesia gitu ya? Pertanyaannya adalah sejauh mana kita mau berubah dari tradisi dan budaya yang boleh jadi kita masih butuh waktu untuk memproses itu. Tetapi saya kok cukup yakin ya, ketika generasi Indonesia nanti itu benar-benar menemukan mindset yang baru, mereka benar-benar menemukan kompetensi yang mereka inginkan, artinya menjadi diri mereka sendiri, maka mereka akan membuat dirinya unggul. Dan itulah yang dibutuhkan Indonesia, bukan orang-orang yang great copier, tetapi great invention. Dan bagi saya, Inggris sekarang itu menjadi bahasa yang paling banyak digunakan, ya mau nggak mau ya, karena memang orang-orangnya yang bisa jadi membuat perubahan itu, sehingga semuanya akhirnya berubah ikut yang mereka inginkan. Tetapi saya berharap Indonesia one day, di tangan-tangan mungkin mahasiswa yang ikut webinar ini, atau dengan tangan-tangan anak-anak kita nanti, Indonesia sudah sejajar dengan bahasa Inggris, paling tidak gitu ya. And a lot of people use Indonesian language. Kita nggak usah ngoyo-ngoyo belajar TOEFL lagi, IELTS lagi gitu ya. Justru kita ciptakan tes bahasa Indonesia lagi. Itu impian saya yang terlalu ambisius kayaknya. Tetapi sekali lagi tidak apa-apa bermimpi untuk Indonesia maju next time. Jadi santai saja. Kalau untuk bacaan bisa dibaca lebih detail nanti. Dian, thank you Mas Rizky.
Thank you for answering the first question. We would like to go to the second one. The question is, when I want to practice speaking English, but there is no partner to talk, any suggestion? Speaking.
I think the question is commonly found, since years ago. Zaman saya waktu SMA pun ini sudah menjadi isu hangat. Yang dibuat excuse gitu ya, kayak pengecualian, kayak permisi ya, disclaimernya, Pak mohon maaf ya, speaking saya nggak bagus loh ya, karena saya nggak punya partner loh ya, jangan salahkan saya gitu ya. Itu zaman saya yang waktu itu belum ada internet connection seperti sekarang. Remember? Zaman saya SMA itu tahun 2001. Belum ada yang punya HP. Internet itu aja, saya masih ingat ya, komputer itu baru disket itu ya, mungkin itu terakhir saya pakai. Jadi sekali lagi, itu sudah ada pertanyaan seperti yang disampaikan oleh adik kita tadi. Nah, kalau sekarang, Sir, I have no partner to speak English. Hey, where do you live? Ini saya kok nggak yakin ya, tapi bukan berarti saya mengatakan yang bertanya itu nggak mau berubah, tapi yang jelas jadilah creative learners. Dalam bahasa Inggris itu kita apa sih yang nggak ada? Saya itu sampai terbelah. Jadi 2 bulan yang lalu saya menemukan aplikasi website yang aplikasi itu free. Selama ini kan saya itu kayak gaya gitu ya, jadi guru bahasa Inggris. Kayak mengajari, do you have to understand part of speech gitu ya. Ternyata ada aplikasi yang disiapkan Google, namanya Google Ngram Viewer. Di situ ternyata kita akan tahu dari tahun 1800 sekian, kata good ini mungkin nggak jadi adverb. Ternyata di Google Ngram Viewer itu ketemu. Ternyata ada yang menggunakan good sebagai adverb. Dulu saya tuh perang dengan murid saya, mungkin kalau tanya, Sir, is it possible good is an adverb? Jangan ngaco lu. Nggak mungkin. Artinya apa? Teknologi hari ini sudah membuat kita jauh berkembang belajar, apalagi bahasa Inggris. So easy. Tinggal yang sulit sekarang adalah mencari teman, mungkin ini kayak advice, carilah lingkungan atau teman ya, atau dosen yang menginspirasi kalian, membantu kalian. Kalau pertanyaannya hanya tidak punya teman, sekarang itu sudah ada yang namanya kelas free di Play Store itu, jadi kalian bisa memilih salah satu teman ngobrol gitu. Bahkan di Facebook itu yang terakhir itu sudah ada grup Speak English bebas kayak gitu ya, Speak Up Your English. Ternyata banyak yang yang native speaker itu membuat live event yang mau ngomong bebas silakan yang mau ngomong, mau grammarnya salah mau benar boleh. Tetapi pertanyaannya, kamu mau enggak berubah? Nyari informasi itu mau enggak? Itu pertanyaannya. Jadi sekali lagi, sekarang sudah sangat mudah. Kalau masih kesulitan, silahkan nanti temukan atmosfernya. Kalau misalnya memang perlu, betul-betul cari lembaga yang memahami kamu itu seperti apa, basic kamu seperti apa, sehingga nanti bisa tahu belajar kamu modelnya seperti apa. Itu akan sangat membantu. Tetapi kalau kamu hanya ikut-ikutan, biasanya I think it doesn't work well. Jadi bagi saya, you can find a way out now in a lot of media. Social media sekarang juga banyak, YouTube channel itu mungkin tidak bisa ngomong langsung, tetapi ada aplikasi webs ataupun Facebook yang ada di situ. Atau kalau terpaksa saya rasa dosen-dosen di sini siap. Cuman gayane kadang anak-anak itu Pak Rizky, kayaknya Kak ono partner gitu ya. Kalau dosennya sudah 24 hours standby, nggak ono sing ngomong gitu ya. Ya, oke. Tapi baguslah pertanyaannya. Thank you.
Well, okay. Thanks a lot for Mr. Anwar. Well, actually, we are still want to listen from your outstanding experience in English. However, the time is off. I'm so sorry.
Thank you
So
much.
thanks a lot for the participants for listening for the first session. And it will be continued to the second session with Mr. Damien. And it will be accompanied by Mr. David Imamyarta. Mr. David, floor is yours.
Okay, hello everybody. Good afternoon. How are you? I hope you're all well. Of course, you can't answer me back, but I hope you're all well. Everyone that's taking part in this webinar. I'll introduce myself first. My full name is Damien Peter Healy. I'm from Bristol in the southwest of England, United Kingdom. I enjoyed listening to Mr. Hoyro's speech, and now I'm going to follow up with a few English conversation tips that hopefully will help you out with your English conversation. Okay. Okay, sorry, I'm just having a few technical problems. Just one moment. Yeah, sure, of course. Thanks. Okay, right, okay. Things to remember in conversation. Yeah, people in EFL countries usually face some difficulties in making a conversation in English. Okay, I think this is very common thing. Of course, people in EFL countries, English is not your first language, so it's your second language or possibly your third language. So you are still learning. When we learn any foreign language, however long we learn it for, we will never be finished. It's a continuous thing to keep learning. So as we're not a native speaker, we're going to find some difficulties. I think that's, that's going to happen. Why does this happen? So many different reasons. So many different reasons why this will happen. Okay. Too much is not so good. Okay. Sometimes if we think too much before we speak, we get all our concentration goes on trying to prepare our conversation, trying to prepare what we're going to say next. And because we're spending a lot of our brain power on this, yeah, we may make more mistakes because we're concentrating on the wrong thing. Maybe we're trying to get everything in. We're trying to get all the new words we've learned in. We're trying to sound as good as we can. We're trying to make long sentences. So sometimes, yeah, too much thinking before we speak, it's like overload. It's like too much. So I suggest to keep it a bit more simple, based on what we've learned and what we know and what we already understand. If we try to, we're thinking about, right, I've got to impress this person. I've got to make a really long conversation. I've got to sound like I'm an expert, even though maybe you're not. Yeah, I think this will affect the way we speak. So, sometimes too much thinking before you speak will hinder your conversation. Okay, being too shy makes you silent. Okay, I think it's like anything. It's not just English conversation. In many things, if we're too shy, yeah, it makes it difficult. Maybe if we're trying to start up a relationship with somebody, maybe we're trying to meet someone for the first time, but we're really shy, and we stutter and we hesitate, and we're like, oh, hello, my name is Damien. Yeah, we just have to like forget about all of that. Don't be confident. Don't be so shy, and speak up. Don't be silent. Don't be shy. Okay, you're as an Indonesian, English is not your native language, so don't be too self-confident, and don't be shy, scared of making mistakes. Give it a go. It's better to try than to be silent. So don't be too shy. Don't be too shy. Not just in English, in everything in life. I think being too shy is it's a waste. It's a waste. Better to try. Okay, too many new things to learn. Too many new things to learn. Yeah, my experience in teaching English conversation in schools, polytechnics, universities, colleges in Asia and other places is that um, students learn so much, they're taking on so much every English class they have before they've really understood what they're learning in let's say Monday's class. On their class on Thursday, they move on to something else. So if they haven't really understood it 100% yet, and then they've moved on already. So too many new things to learn all at once, yeah, is too much to take on. It's like it's like trying to download something to your computer, which has a small memory using a slow Wi-Fi connection. It's too much. You can't do it. So I think you should, uh, when we are learning English conversation, yeah, normally out of school time, yeah, take it in strides. Don't put too much onto yourself, learning too many things all in one go and expecting to be able to take it all in. It's difficult. It's too difficult. So pace yourself. I think that's really important. Okay. Too many terms you should remember. Yeah, exactly. In many languages, especially English, there's so many different ways of saying the same thing. We can say things in using maybe a very short sentence with 4 words, or we can say the same thing maybe using 10 words in a sentence, but the meaning is the same. So, so I would suggest learning the basic terms in basic conversations first, and then remember those before moving on to learning other things. In any language, there's so many terms that you need to remember. But again, if you just want to, if you're learning English conversation, surely you want to have master your basic conversation first, and then you can move on. And I think once we've mastered basic English conversation, you won't forget it. you won't forget it. It's already stored in your memory, and then you're ready to move on and learn some more terms. So, okay, being afraid of making mistakes. Don't be too afraid of making mistakes. Process of learning. Yeah, you will have mistakes. That's the process of learning, especially conversation, not just English conversation. You're going to make mistakes. Of course you are. But yeah, we learn from our mistakes, hopefully. For example, I have a conversation with somebody and then I make a mistake. I remember my mistake. The next time I have the same conversation, hopefully I won't make the mistake. So, don't be too afraid of making mistakes. Okay. Okay, moving on. Yeah, keeping it simple, more sentences and longer sentences, more opportunity to make mistakes. My advice to you, again, is keeping it simple and making shorter sentences. There's no need for long sentences when you're just, learning English conversation and you're still in the process of learning English conversation. Nobody's going to expect you to use really long sentences. What for? Just get your point across. That's the main thing. A conversation is two or more people exchanging information. That's a conversation. So as long as people understand what you're saying, you understand what people are saying, okay, that's great. No need to make it into too complex. Don't bother. There's no need to do that. If you learn English conversation to a higher standard later, of course, if you want to have a more complex conversation, go for it. Do that. But keep the sentences to the English that you already have learned or are learning at that present time. Don't try to overcomplicate them because I think you will make more mistakes. Okay. Having long conversations, but understand the whole conversation, that is the key. Yeah, as I just said a minute ago, conversation is two or more people exchanging information. So if we try to impress people too much by putting how can we say, using very long sentences and very I don't know, formal English instead of everyday English, but the people we're talking to, they don't understand. Or when we get the replies to our questions, maybe in very formal, complex English, we don't understand. We don't understand their conversation. So waste of time. Yeah. Conversation, we have to understand. We have to understand each other, the people that are having the conversation. So better to have a conversation that everyone understands rather than to say, oh, because he was using long sentences and very formal English, it was great, but nobody understood what he said. Yeah, I think, not a waste of time, but better to a conversation. The main thing is to understand. Surely that's the key. Okay. Important thing, very important thing. Be and sound confident, even if you're not feeling confident. Okay? It's like anything. It's like sales, for example. Okay. People you see on television selling products, people you see in the street selling products. Often the products they're selling are rubbish. Quite often when I see people selling products on TV, the products they're selling are really, really not very good at all. But the way they sell those products, wow, you think they're the best thing on this planet. You think they're the best products, whatever it might be, whether it might be a rice cooker or whether it might be some fitness machine, something for your exercise, whatever it might be. The way salesmen sell it, they're so confident, it sounds amazing. Really, it's not. So that's not to say your English isn't amazing. Hopefully it is. But when you're speaking, be and sound confident. Project your confidence. That's a really important part of speaking, especially if it's not your natural language. You know, you're selling the English that you've learned. You're projecting your confidence to the people you're speaking to when you're speaking English. So even if you're feeling a little bit nervous, or you're forgetting what to say maybe or something, don't let people know that. Project your confidence and they will believe you. Also, when we're feeling confident, our conversation will flow more. It will flow naturally. This will happen naturally if we're feeling confident. If we're feeling very nervous and shaky and well, I don't, yeah, the conversation will be even harder. There will be no natural flow. So, being and sounding confident, even if you're not feeling confident, really important. Okay. Moving on. Okay. Confidence brings you to a new level of conversation when you're not thinking about the next word. Yeah, exactly. Just as I just said a moment ago, if we speak confidently and in a confident way, then the conversation will flow. We won't have to keep thinking about the next word. It will automatically come, hopefully. With practice, the more we do it, the better we're going to get. So, but to project ourselves confidently, and our conversation will flow better. Trust me, it will. Okay. Very important thing. Sometimes people ask me, students will ask me, how do I become good at English? I've studied English for years at school, at college, at my English course or whatever, and I just can't get to grips with it. I can't speak English. I find it difficult. Unfortunately, it's like anything in life. Regular practice of English you have learned, and then moving forward. I always remember when I was a kid learning to ride a bicycle with my father. When I was a kid, like most people, I had a bike, and it had what we call in English stabilizers, the two smaller wheels on the rear wheel to keep me up. And then I wanted to ride the bike on my own. So I asked my father, can you take the small stabilizer wheels off and teach me to ride the bike alone? And I thought, am I ever going to be able to do this? The first time I tried to do it with my father holding the saddle at the back, pushing me along, I thought I will never be able to do this. It's impossible. How can anyone ride a bike? When I was probably about 5, 6 years old, I can't remember. But I kept practicing with my dad every few days, and eventually my father let go of the seat he was holding, and I was cycling on my own. So I'm like, wow, I can actually do this. Yeah, of course, I was cycling slowly, not very good, still very young child, but with regular practice, I could do this. Then maybe, I don't know, a few years later, I moved on to a bigger bike, and then I would go on longer cycles, and I enjoyed cycling. Maybe 5 years after that, I got a BMX, and I'm doing jumps and tricks. I'm all over the place on my bike. I could jump over a car on it. So how did I do that? Regular practice. It's like anything we learn, we have to take regular practice. But sometimes people, students, will be learning English at school. They're learning, they put all their lots of time into practicing English, but they don't perfect it, and then they move on to something else. Before they've really got to grips with it 100%, they move on to something else, and then they will forget it. My suggestion is regular practice, and then once you perfected it, then move on to something else. And then once you perfected something, you won't forget it. It will stay in your mind. It will, you won't forget it. Trust me. It's like driving a car. I drive a car. I have had periods in my life where I have not driven a car for 2 years, 3 years actually. I didn't drive for 3 years, but because I've driven for over 30 years and I practiced so much when I was learning to drive, even if I don't drive for 10 years, I will never forget. I will never forget. It's already imprinted into my brain. So it's the same thing for you in English. You learn your English, regular practice, and then perfect what you've learned and then move forward. Trust me, it works. It does. Okay, moving on. Okay. Having enough time to evaluate and keep practicing won't make you late. Quite often, people say to me, but mister, I don't have time to learn English. I'm already learning English at school or university or polytechnic or college, whatever it might be. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time to evaluate and keep practicing. Well, we have to make time. You know, if we want to be good at something and we're doing something, we have to make time for it. If you try to fit in learning English, let's say, you know, just whilst you're having breakfast before you go to school, I don't think that's going to work. It's probably will make you late. You know, so basically, if you're learning English, you have to set time aside. Make a good time. Okay, so if you go home from university at 3 o'clock, maybe, I don't know, then maybe learn from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock. You know, make a timetable for yourself. So basically, you have to give time to practice what you've been learning, wherever it might be, at university or wherever. You know, you have to make time to keep practicing that. It's not going to make you late for other things if you manage your time well. Okay. Right, okay. Don't be shy. Wow, look at the photo with the girl with the hand in front of her face. Don't be shy. I've met so many people like her, you know. They think their self-confidence is quite low and they think they're terrible at English. In actual fact, quite often, they're quite good. You know, the girls like this, they're quite good at English. It's not the fact that they're not good at English. It's the fact that they're so shy that they can't speak. You know, it's like they've been silenced by their shyness. So don't be shy. It's a wasted emotion, I think, being too shy. If we're too shy in anything in life, it's a waste. You know, if we're so shy, we can't speak to people, we can't introduce ourselves to people, we're never going to make any friends. You know, life's going to be it's going to make life a lot harder. So being shy, I think my experience in many schools, especially in Indonesia, with the English conversation, is not the fact that the kids don't know English, not that the fact that you cannot speak English, but shy, malu is the big thing in it, especially in Indonesia. You know, nobody wants to be wrong. So keeps them shy to be silent. So they would say, like in English, they're gagged by their shyness. Don't be like that. Don't be shy. It's a wasted emotion. So you know, you have to be a little bit brave. Okay. Moving on. Okay. Making mistakes in conversation is okay. It doesn't make you marked with a bad score, or you won't be marked with a bad score like in exams. Okay. When we do anything, we're learning something and we practice it. For example, in this case, English. We're having an English conversation with somebody. At the end of the conversation, are they going to hold a card up with a score? Or 5? Yeah. I don't think so. That's not going to happen. You know, are they going to make a report at the end of the conversation? Yes. Well, his conversation was quite good, but a little bit limited. The grammar was, I know. No, it's not going to happen. You're just having a conversation. So if you make a mistake, don't worry too much about it. If you realize you've made a mistake, remember it, and hopefully the next time you won't make that same mistake. Okay. when we're learning anything, you know, mistakes are going to happen. It's okay. I guess me being an Englishman, if I speak English and I make mistakes, that's still okay, but it might not, you know, it might be a little bit different. But hey, come on, you guys are learning English as your second language. You're bound to have some mistakes. You know, you're bound to have some mistakes. Learn from your mistakes. So, you know, you're not going to get a score like an exam. Exactly. I mean, that's it comes down to not being too shy, not being too worried about what people are thinking about you. You know, do have the conversation. Maybe, why not try something like this? If it's someone, maybe from a native speaker from a country, English is their native language, and you want to have a conversation with them, why not say to them at the beginning of the conversation, hello, okay, I'm Indonesian, or I'm wherever you're from. I'm learning English. I want to have an English conversation with you, but if I have some mistakes, could you tell me about my mistakes? And then I can correct my mistakes afterwards. I'm sure most people would be fine. Okay, that's cool, no problem. I can do that for you. You know, people aren't quite as critical as we think they are. You know, because we're all self-conscious, some more than others. We always think everybody's looking at us and criticizing us and like looking for all the bad points in us. Oh, look at him, he's fat, or look at her, she's the, or look at him, his English is terrible. No, 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 no. Relax. Most people, I think you'll find, quite decent people and will be happy to help you with your mistakes in your English. So making mistakes in conversation is okay. I'm not saying I'm recommending it. Of course, you know, if we can avoid it, don't make mistakes. But come on, you guys are still learning, so it's okay. It's better to make mistakes than just to keep silent, surely. Okay, moving on. Okay. Use the tools available everywhere. Use the tools that are available to you everywhere. Many people say to me, Mister, but I don't have any tools. You know, I don't have Wi-Fi at my home, or I don't have a PC, or I don't have anyone to practice my English with, or you know, so many different excuses. Use the tools available to you everywhere. I think most people nowadays will have a mobile phone, hopefully a smartphone, but at least even a mobile phone with internet connection will do. Many people will have smartphones. Many people will have PC or laptop. But even some people will say, okay, I don't have a smartphone. I don't have a PC. I don't have a laptop. Okay, for you guys. I don't believe you actually. I think most people have got mobile phones. But then, okay, pen and paper, really? You know, you don't have a pen and paper? That you can write the words you're learning, or maybe sentences, new sentences you're learning. Write them on a piece of paper. Put that piece of paper, stick it on your wall, on your mirror, somewhere where you look at it every day, frequently. And that English, you will remember it. It will help you to remember. If you see something, maybe if it's in your, depending if you're on who you are, but maybe for the girls, maybe stick it on your mirror, you know, quite often looking in the mirror more than one time a day. Yeah, if you see that word maybe 10, 20, 30 times a day, it's going to stick in your mind. Okay, mirror, right, there you go, perfect example, a mirror. We can all practice in front of the mirror so we can see what we look like when we're talking, to get an idea of how people see us when we are speaking the English that we have learned. Okay, mobile phone, record. Even if you've just got an old style mobile phone, I'm sure it has an application to record. So you can record your voice. Have a conversation with yourself. Make sure you don't do it out in the street, otherwise people think you're crazy. Only joking, sorry. But you know, have a conversation, or ideally with a friend or family or someone else, and record it on your phone, and then you can sound. You can hear how you sound, and you will be able to hear your mistakes. and hopefully correct those mistakes. Okay. Smartphones, laptop, PC. There's so many applications out there on the internet now that you can use to help you with your English. So many. There are chat rooms. You can chat to anybody from anywhere around the world anytime you like using your phone in a chat room. Anywhere, any country you like, you choose. You can do that. If you use a chat room like that, maybe if you explain before you start having a conversation, hello guys, I'm from Indonesia. I'm still learning English conversation. Take it slowly. If I make some mistakes, sorry about that. I'm sure people will be fine. They will be only too glad to talk to you. Many other apps as well to increase your grammar, increase your listening skills, to increase all aspects of English. So, like let's say 20, 25 years ago, people learning English, it must have been much harder for them because they didn't have all the information technology, the social media, etc. we have now. So count yourself lucky, guys. You're lucky. You live in 2020. There's so many things available to you, so many tools that you can use to help improve your English. So use them. Use the tools wherever they're available. It's no excuse saying, "Oh, I can't learn English because I don't have this. I don't have a PC. I don't have a Wi-Fi connection, or I don't have a friend to practice with, etc." Just excuses. Use the tools that you have available to you. Okay, there we go. Prime example, young lady in front of the mirror practicing, I don't know, practicing her English maybe. So you can practice speaking in front of the mirror, record yourself whilst doing this on your mobile phone. Yeah, and as I just mentioned, you can use apps to improve your pronunciation or whatever it might be, your grammar or your whichever part of English you need to improve in. It's all out there, so use it. Use the tools available to yourself. Okay. So I don't believe anyone doesn't have a mirror. I think everyone's got a mirror. I think everyone's got a pen and a piece of paper at the very least. Quite often I hear this as well. I don't have anyone to practice with, mister. Yeah, well, come on, you haven't got family or friends. I'm sure everyone's got at least one friend or one member of family that you could ask to practice your English with. Sit down and speak English with them. I'm sure everyone has at least one person, really. Come on. So use all the tools around you and use the people around you too to benefit in your process of learning English conversation. My experience in people learning English conversation, the people I know that are best at English conversation are the people that have spoken it every day, whether it be them moving to a tourist destination where there's English native speakers all the time they have to communicate with, or something like that, or maybe they work in a call center where they have to use English as their language. Because they practice it every day, they get good at it. Maybe their knowledge of grammar and tenses and all the other things that go into English maybe aren't so good. But when it comes to conversation, quite often they are the best people at speaking, purely because they do it every day. So so use the tools around you. Okay, if you don't have the opportunity like that, use the tools around you to practice your English. Okay, so to summarize on all of that, keeping it simple, very important. Keep it simple. Yeah, it doesn't have to be necessarily simple, but keep it to what you have already learned and what you are learning. Don't go off on don't go off trying to use English that you're not really 100% confident with yet. Use the English that you're already confident with and that you already understand and that you already remember. Yeah, so keep it simple in that way. Of course, when you get better in English conversation, move on and use, more articulated English, no problem. But again, don't be too adventurous and move on to English that you don't really understand yet. Okay? Be and sound confident. Wow, very important. Confidence, project your confidence. Even if you're feeling a little bit nervous and you're feeling like, wow, I can't really do this or whatever. Don't let people see that. You have to project your confidence, like you're selling something. Okay. So yeah, you're selling your English conversation skills to them. You can do it. And you're not going to get, people aren't going to be angry if you make mistakes. So just, be confident. It's okay. No problem. Okay, regular practice. Yeah, I just went over that a minute ago, but yeah, I can't stress enough. Regular practice in anything we want to get good at. We have to work. Nothing, nothing, we say in English, nothing comes for life in free. Nothing is free in life. It's we have to work for most things. Yeah, English conversation or English language is no different. We have to work to get good at it. But it's not impossible. Everything is possible. You get what you put in. So regular practice, and then move on when you've already mastered what you've been learning, and I'm sure you'll be really good at it. So trust yourself. Regular practice, you'll get there. Yeah, don't be shy and afraid. Okay, I think we covered that one enough. But yeah, shy. I mean, the amount of people that I meet, I have met in my time in Asia, whose in actual fact their English skills are pretty good, are quite good, good enough, but because they're so shy and because they're scared of being wrong, they don't say anything. They keep quiet, and it's a waste. It's a real waste of their talents. And I try to convince them. Don't do that. Don't be shy. Don't be afraid. No one's going to hit you if you make a mistake in your English conversation. You're not going to get punishment. You're not going to be thrown in jail. So just chill out, relax. Don't be shy. Don't be afraid. Okay. And then finally, yeah, using the tools you have. Yeah, we all have to do that. Don't look for excuses like, oh, I don't have this or whatever. We all have a mirror, pen, paper, phone. We can all use these tools to our advantage. So take advantage of the things around you. Take advantage of all the things that are around you. I have a friend. He has a daughter. She's 10 and she's fluent in English. She's Indonesian. Uh, and I spoke to her for an hour, 1 hour, and all I used was English the whole 1 hour, and I couldn't believe it. And I asked her, how did you do this? How could you be so good at English? She has an older sister that goes to an international school where they only speak English. They're not allowed to use any other language apart from English. And she speaks to her. She speaks to her older sister, and she has a group of friends, and they sit down and they only speak English together. And she watches YouTube all the time, but she only uses the sites with English. And her English, she's 10 years old, don't forget. Her English is amazing, brilliant. So, she's using the tools she has around her. She's using her sister, her older sister, to practice with, and her friends, and she's using her smartphone to watch YouTube, etc. So she's using the tool. She's manipulating the tools she has around her for her benefits to learn English. And yeah, success. 10 years old, she's fluent in English. English conversation. I'm sure if I asked her about grammar, etc., she might not be so hot on that. I guess being 10 years old, she's probably still at primary school. So, but her English conversation, wow, unbelievable. Okay. Okay. Well, I'll just say goodbye to everyone. Thanks for taking time out to take part in this webinar. Thanks very much. See you again. Thank you. You're welcome.
Okay. I'm sorry. Right. So we will try to start with the first question. The first question from Putri Aisha. It's about accent. Is it important for English learners to have correct accent, whether British or American?
No, I don't. It's not important. I don't think, as long as we can understand what you're saying. If you're Indonesian speaking English, I think you're going to have an Indonesian accent. That's okay, no problem. The only time maybe an accent will be a problem if it's a really strong American accent and you're speaking to someone that's only familiar with British English. Maybe they might not quite understand because of the accent. Like, for example, I have a friend, they were very good at English and they learned English, British English. When they watched an American film, ooh, they were so confused. So, but I think if it's going to be a student from Indonesia speaking English, whichever accent they use is okay. Or if they just use their Indonesian accent, speaking correct English, it's okay. Accent should be no problem, I think.
Okay, thank you. And we still have another question. Second question, Adelia Almira. Hello, sir. My name is Adelia. I have a question. How do we overcome feeling anxious when speaking English in some formal occasions?
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's comes back to the confidence thing. I think when we're speaking any language in informal occasions, we have to be confident. Yeah, we have to be optimistic and not to be too scared and too worried. I guess it's more of a worry when you're using a language that's not your native language, like myself. So how to overcome that? I think, yeah, basically it comes back to the confidence thing. Is to be confident, project your confidence. But I guess also if you're speaking on an official occasion, also practicing beforehand too will come in handy. But I think the main thing there would be the confidence issue. Not to be too scared, not to project your confidence. I think that's the only way to go.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Right. The next one, well, we have several interesting questions actually. It comes from Atmi Pramuri. The question is, how should we teach English learning to young children, especially conversation?
Okay, how should we, to young children? Yeah, I guess if you're talking about younger children, like primary school children, yeah, in actual fact, any children, I think number one, it's got to be a little bit fun. If it's just straight out the book and just reading and writing, and it's it has to have some, especially for younger children, it has to be made a bit fun. It has to be things they like. I think especially for younger children, if we teach them English, things they like, they will remember it easier. Things that when it comes to conversation, the conversation they are going to use. There's no point. I don't think there's not much point in teaching small children to use English to learn English conversation that they're never going to use. So like for younger children, English conversation that they could use at school, for example, or when they're speaking to their parents when they come home from school, maybe, or talking about chores they have to do around the house, things relative to them. So I think that will make it easier to remember. But yeah, fun and relative, I think, for younger children is very important. To have to maybe like more pictures, more use of videos and songs, etc. I think is also for primary school children, children from the age of 10 to below 10, I think it has to be made a little bit more fun. That's my suggestion. Don't know, Mr. Hoyle has any other ideas on that? Okay, cool.
Okay, so I guess fun and interesting lesson are going to be a very important key.
Yeah.
Do you mind if we have another couple of questions?
Sure, no
Sure,
problem.
okay. Right, we still have two more. The next one is about making conversation interesting. So how to make our conversation interesting? Because sometimes when we get involved in conversation, our talk becomes really short and dry.
Okay. Okay. Well, yeah. If you're having conversations, you're practicing, then yeah, choose a subject that's interesting to you. Choose something that you like, rather than talking about something you have no interest in. It doesn't mean anything to you. That will be, harder to remember. I think if we learn English based on our kind of like daily based on our life. I think someone, like, for example, someone that works in a garage fixing motorbikes is not much point in teaching him the daily English used in a bank, because he's never going to use it. It doesn't mean anything to him. If maybe he was learning English about how to fix a motorbike, or to talk how to discuss the motor GP on the weekend or something like that, I think then it will be easier to remember, because it's relative to them. Like if we learn English that's so distant from our life, then So I think try to keep it relative to things that we like, things that we will remember. I think that's a good tip. Yeah, sure, please.
Okay, I think Mr. Damian says about a lot of students, or even us, those who have a better English already. Sometimes we're really lazy to speak because the topic that we face is always like that. How are you doing? I'm fine, and something like that. Maka untuk memperoleh situasi, atmosfer yang kita ini, wah ini aku pengen banget nih ngomong ini, so you create that atmosphere. Let's say you have a good friend or close friend in your society, and then let we find out like a nice topic to discuss together. But 3 days before, for example, nanti kita apa nih yang lagi um, hot news and issues that we're gonna talk. Itu bisa dibuat apa namanya, biar kita semangat untuk ngobrol nih, karena kosakatanya akan baru nih gitu loh. Karena bisa jadi kita kadang malas ngomong kan sudah tahu gitu ya, bagi mereka yang sudah di level ini. Tetapi bagi mereka yang mungkin levelnya masih pede aja, masih sulit, ini mungkin saran kami nih, salah satunya dari apa yang saya temukan di lapangan, kalian harus bisa membiasakan, misalnya nih, saya tuh waktu kuliah, itu kan paling nggak bisa ngomong di kampus. Kalau misalnya angkat tangan waktu dosen ngajar, itu kayak shaking, it's breathing hard. Oh, what I'm talking about. Kayak semuanya gone gitu kan. Kenapa? Karena memang kita nggak siap. Nah biasanya saya itu baca dulu buku modul. Ini trik saya. Saya baca dulu buku modul dosen saya itu. Nanti dari situ saya akan fokus ke satu tema di buku modul itu. Akan saya kupas di situ. Sehingga malam itu saya menyiapkan what a possible question that may I would like to ask to my lecture. Dan pasti nanti mungkin ada prediction answer. Saya akan coba lagi follow up dari another questions. Itu saya siapkan betul. Biar apa? Saya punya challenging. Tapi kalau kita kuliah asal jalan aja and we never read the module and the resources, kita akan stuck di situ. Mungkin itu sih tambahannya, Mas. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the addition. We finally come up to the last but not the least question oleh Mas Wildan. So in order to learn English, which one is more effective? Is it learning grammar first or conversation first?
Okay, but based on my experience, conversation first, but not in all cases, and that really depends on how. I mean, yeah, it depends on so many different factors. So that's a difficult one to answer. And also, what's your end goal? What do you want to learn English for? What is your end goal? So that also comes into play as well. But as far as English conversation is concerned, yeah, the people that I know are best at speaking English quite often didn't learn the structure of the English first. But it depends what you want to learn English for. Do you want if you want it for your career and you want it for, I don't know, to become a doctor in another, in another country or something, yeah, then you're going to need a little bit more than just English conversation. So there's quite a few factors come into that, and I think Mr. Koiro might well be better answering that than me. I'll pass him over.
Based on the native perspective, because Damian, I think you never learn grammar, right? Because you every day you speak it, right? Yeah. Jadi karena bahasa Inggris sudah dipakai setiap hari, saya punya teman yang kerja di luar negeri dari SMA, dia nggak pernah, ya kursus hanya biasa tahu, good morning sir. Dia kerja di salah satu restoran di luar negeri. Dan ternyata setelah pulang, wow, I'm just, wow, he can speak English well. Tapi ketika ditanya, saya tanya coba, itu kok bisa kamu pakai would you please, atau mungkin ada grammar verb 2, verb 3 gitu, saya coba tanya ke dia, kenapa kamu pakai have you visited important icon in that country? Dia tahu maksud saya dan dia balas dengan bahasa Inggris lancar. Ternyata dia, I don't know, I just got that and I copied it and answer it and I speak out. That's all. Apa ini maksudnya? Jadi betul yang dikatakan Damian, what is your purpose? Kadang ada anak yang enjoy, aku pengen bisa ngomong dulu deh, gak penting itu grammarnya. Tapi trust, trust it, this is our best experience. Kalau nanti kalian udah banyak kosakatanya, terus kalian misalnya nih ingin tahu, mungkin karena kebutuhan academic purposes, karena harus ikut TOEFL, harus ada strukturnya, pasti kalian mau gak mau akhirnya akan belajar, oh ternyata gini ya. Jadi for me, which one do you prefer? Kalau saya pribadi kebetulan angkatan 90-an mas. Jadi saya waktu itu jejeli grammar dulu gitu ya. Makanya jangan heran saya lebih bisa grammar dulu daripada kosakata dan ngomong. Tetapi kalau lahirnya 2000-an saat ini kayaknya sih banyak mereka yang bisa ngomong dulu daripada grammar, I think. Tapi sekali lagi be yourself, enjoy it. Okay, thank you.
Do you have anything else to say?
Okay, the last, is it copyright? The last.
We still have 5 minutes. I think it's going to be okay.
Okay, yeah, I think, no, I just want, nothing to add apart from you can do it. Trust in yourself. If you want to learn English, you can do it. Don't put yourself down and, I'm not very good at this, I can't do this. Yes, you can if you really want to do it. And English does open up many opportunities for your future as far as your career and your employment. English conversation with your degree in whatever study you're taking, then the world's open to you. It can open new doors to you. So I just say that. Okay, best of luck.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, I guess that's all we have time for. Again, we would like to say thank you so much to all of you for such a wonderful presentations and also answers. Untuk selanjutnya, waktu dan tempat kami kembalikan kepada MC Ibu Areta.
Terima kasih kepada Bapak Moderator dan terima kasih juga kepada pemateri yang luar biasa pada siang hari ini. Semoga adik-adik semuanya bisa mendapatkan ilmu yang bermanfaat dan lebih berani lagi untuk speak up bahasa Inggris. Untuk daftar hadir atau presensi hari ini silahkan dilihat atau dicek di chat box. Di situ ada link untuk daftar hadir sekaligus dengan sertifikatnya. Nanti sertifikat akan dikirim oleh secara otomatis di email kalian. Dan pastikan bahwa email kalian tidak salah ketika mengisi Google Form tersebut. Untuk selanjutnya, kami juga akan mengadakan pelatihan atau ada pelatihan lanjutan setelah acara webinar ini. Minta tolong Mbak. Jadi setelah webinar ini, kita ada pelatihan atau English course secara gratis di bawah naungan Bapak Wakil Dekan 3. Jadi ini adalah flyernya, nanti akan kami kirim juga di grup WhatsApp dan akan kami share melalui dosen PPM juga. Silakan bagi adik-adik yang berminat untuk join. Di situ ada link registrasinya. Silakan join. Ini untuk online course ini terdiri dari 12 meeting dan meetingnya Pak, belum. 12 meeting di mana nanti setiap meetingnya terdiri dari 1,5 jam dan jadwal akan kami tentukan. Nah, 12 meeting ya. Ini adalah syarat dan ketentuan bagi adik-adik yang ingin mengikuti online course. Jadi dipastikan bahwa adik-adik adalah mahasiswa aktif FKIP Universitas Jember, semua prodi di kampus Bondowoso maupun di kampus Jember. Kemudian adik-adik berkomitmen untuk mengikuti 12 pertemuan secara gratis. Silahkan adik-adik daftar di link registrasi. Nanti dari link registrasi adik-adik akan diarahkan mengikuti di grup WhatsApp. Nah, nanti di grup WhatsApp itu untuk jadwal dan link Zoom-nya akan kami share. Jadi diingat ya adik-adik, untuk setelah kalian ngeklik link registrasi, kalian jangan lupa di akhir mengklik link untuk masuk ke WhatsApp group. Nah, kemudian syarat dan ketentuan yang nomor 3 adalah pertemuan sesuai jadwal yang telah ditentukan oleh kami. Seminggu akan ada 4 pertemuan. Nah, ini mumpung adik-adik yang sedang off kampus, perkuliahan belum usai, jadi adik-adik bisa mengikuti ini. Jadi biar liburannya bisa berfaedah gitu ya. Nah, untuk mendapatkan sertifikat, adik-adik harus minimal 75% dari jumlah tatap muka. Jadi 12 pertemuan, jadi 75%-nya adik-adik minimal itu ya, minimal 75% adik-adik bisa mendapatkan sertifikat. Dan nanti di akhir online course tersebut akan ada final examinations. Nggak sulit kok final examination-nya, pasti dipastikan akan happy juga. Dan nanti pengajarnya juga masih dari edis ya. Jadi nanti mungkin adik-adik yang tadi bisa lihat ada 6 pengajar secara bergantian. Jadi adik-adik tidak akan ketemu satu orang yang sama. Jadi nggak bosan, ada yang cantik, ada yang ganteng juga gitu. Jadi silahkan adik-adik menghadiri atau ikut dalam online course. Kapan lagi kan ya dapat pelajaran bahasa Inggris gratis 12 pertemuan. Pengajarnya dari edis pula, ada native-nya juga. Nah, silahkan. Dan mumpung adik-adik juga belum on kampus atau belum aktif di perkuliahan kan, jadi dipastikan ini akan selesai di awal Agustus. Dan perkuliahan kalian akan dimulai sekitaran akhir Agustus atau awal September. Jadi masih sangat memungkinkan untuk ada atau ikut atau untuk join ya gitu. Dan nggak usah khawatir soal nilai-nilainya, enggak. Setidaknya kalian ada willing atau keinginan yang kuat untuk atau komitmen yang kuat untuk join selama 12 meeting. Itu udah modal yang luar biasa bagi adik-adik. Begitu ya. Sampai ketemu di WhatsApp group selanjutnya. Silahkan kalau ada pertanyaan bisa WA di WhatsApp yang tertera di ini ya, di flyer yang tadi. Nanti akan kami kirim di grup yang sebelumnya, di grup yang hari ini akan kami kirim. Terima kasih untuk hari ini. Semoga adik-adik selalu sehat dan selalu tetap semangat dan termotivasi untuk selalu belajar bahasa Inggris demi menunjang atau mensupport kemampuan adik-adik di masa yang akan datang. Terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.